So I started at 1 o'clock, 10 o'clock today. And I got quite a bit done actually. All that there's polished off and clean. All those in there cleaned up as much as I can. I cleaned that gear there. The gear inside here, I cleaned it. I cleaned out all the shafts. I did not clean those two rollers as yet, or this. But everything that was sitting on top of there, I cleaned them. Right? So then I ended up picking this up, and I wanted to pull off that gear that I have in there. Holy fuck. I'm telling you. That was a pain in the ass. And there was a pain in the ass because this thing, every time I try tightening it, right, and it's turning, it would wander, and then would wander off and do this. So what I was doing was, I would give it like a quarter turn, and if it like moved that way, I'll take the hammer and tap it back in the middle. Then turn it another quarter turn, and wherever it moved, if it moved that way, I'll tap it back in the middle, you know? That's what I was doing. And with a little WD-40, I managed to get it off, so that was good. And then I turned my attention to this one, and surprisingly enough, as soon as I undid the Allen key, it pretty much just slid right off. It wasn't on there very tight, so thank God for that. I'm definitely going to put anti-seize on these when I go to put them back together. But anyway, I just wanted to clean this up, and I'm looking at it, and I think I'm going to paint it white, the same color as the unit. I think that's what I'll do, just to protect it, you know. Fucking hell, this thing's dirty as hell. I'm tempted to change the oil, but I don't feel any play in the shafts, you know. Everything is moving fine, but I think it can move freer than that. No, should be okay. No, it should be okay. I'm not gonna play with that too much. Yeah, I'm gonna have lunch now. See how clean that is? That was fucking dirty, man. And what's surprising is how clean. Where did I put it? The Teflon came out. Look at that. That's crazy. This was caked on with dough, and look at it. Now, I have to reproduce these. See how it's bent like that? So, I don't know. That's definitely 1/4 inch. Cross that bridge when I get there. Cross that bridge. I was thinking to put stainless steel strips on the edge of the Teflon. That's what I was thinking to do. Who knows, I might end up doing it. I think it would be the best thing to do. But anyway, you know, and I was looking online, and on Amazon they have this. Actually, let me find it. On Amazon they have the chain there, stainless steel, sold by PGN, and it's yeah. Oh. Huh. PGN number 40 stainless steel roller chain. It is a number 40 because I checked the width of this gear here, and it's 7mm, so it's above 1/4 inch. So it's definitely not a 428 chain. So it's definitely a number 40 roller chain. And that is $103. Why does it say 89 there? So with taxes. I wonder if, let me see if I can get a quote. I don't want to buy any cheap chain though. Let me just save these things for later. I have a bunch of junk here. Some things for my bike, some things for the pizza dough machine. Alright, let's see how much it'll cost. Because what's his face messaged me. Okay. So it will cost me $114.67. Oh fuck. Because what's his face told me for 10 feet will cost $169 from him. Holy fuck. I'll go see what it is. I would love to give him the business, but goddamn, man. By the time I buy the chain, it's $200 fucking dollars. Holy shit. If I buy it off Amazon, it's just half of that for the same length. Man. Oh man, I don't know. When I get the chain, I'll put it on the gear and see how it meshes, and if it's okay, I'll run it like that. Because what came into my mind is that I could these teeth, these gears or whatever you call them, the sprockets, will probably burn through one chain, and that'll be half its life. So then the second chain will be the other half of its life, and then I'll have to change the sprocket. That's what I'm thinking. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to just buy the chain. So that won't cost me $400 now. So far into this project, I'm about, if I buy the chain, well, if I have to buy the chain, so it's going to be at least $250 into the project so far. The paint, I won't use all of it. I don't think so. So, I mean, $250 is a little bit generous. So the chain, and I measured these. That's 9.4 millimeters. That's why this thing is so loose on it. This is 10 millimeters. Huh. So I found similar to this. It's 3/8 by 16, but I think it's half inch wide there, half inch. I'll have to bring that down to 10 millimeters. Yeah, this side. Oh, maybe it won't be too bad with the grinder and the drill. Because I really want to use this on it. I really do want to use that on it. So we'll see. The other thing too is that what I can do, I was thinking to double up on this. So instead of just putting one here, I'll put two, so that it'll be extremely stable, hopefully. I think the best thing to do would be to weld on like a gusset here. It's going to be like this. So weld on the gusset on this side to give it more lateral. You know, this should have just been a brass bushing, because all this is brass bushings. I don't know why they didn't make this into a brass bushing. Very strange. Because then I would have a lot, because there's a lot of torque, you know. You think about how much pressure it's wanting to do this, you know. Too bad I'm not a welder. Because then to do that, it's a $60 job. You know, and that's if I do all the preparation. It'll be worth it because then this machine would be, you know, reliable. Well, bulletproof, you know. Oh, I still didn't buy the springs. What I'm thinking to do is recycle these springs and use them for what's important on the sheeter, on the actual rollers. And like for this, I can buy other different springs, and they could be shorter, and to keep the tension on that. So that's not a big deal, you know. We'll see. We'll see. I have a bunch of ideas in my head, and there's so many different ways I can go about this. So well, oh yeah, and yesterday the guy came with my order around 3 o'clock. Like literally right after I made the video he came. And this is the pulley. So he should come in about 2 hours. I would have really liked to get that painted. Maybe what I'll do is after he comes and I eat, I might start painting. I actually might test the paint out on one of the pieces that I have there. And last night I was looking up on YouTube about these motors because Serge, when he gave me this machine there, he was talking to me about this motor has a specific frame. And when he said that to me, I'm thinking, oh man, it has a specific frame. Maybe that has something to do with the amount of windings, or I don't know. So then I looked that up last night, and on the plaque there, it says a number for the specific frame. Well, it has nothing to do with the other specs of the motor. It has solely, the only thing it has to do with is the dimensions of the motor and the mounting plate. That's it. So it's gonna say, if you read the number, it's gonna tell you it's a 5/8 shaft, how far off the ground the shaft is, and the bolt pattern for the mounting and the physical dimensions of the motor. That's it. So I was worried because this is just a fan motor, you know, but they're pretty much the same. They're both 3/4 horsepower. This one just turns in the opposite direction, you know, and you know that's the only thing I was worried about. But it turns out that this motor will work without any problems. So I didn't have to buy a smaller pulley than the original. I could have bought the original pulley. And supposedly this is a 4-pole motor. See, it's a smaller pulley, so it's going to give it more torque, right? And it'll spin a lot slower. But this is these are 4-pole motors. They actually turn at 1800 RPMs, but they say 1745 or whatever. That's to compensate for the slipping of the motor. So that's what I've learned about these 4-pole